So one day I bought Great Stuff foam insulation spray and made a boat, a plane, slides, and a life jacket.
I got a giant box of this stuff. It's called Great Stuff, and apparently it's meant for like filling gaps. I'm gonna use it to like make a boat. And I used to have a series on TikTok where I made these cardboard boats, right? They weren't ever very successful, but I think with the help of some Great Stuff gap filler, I might be able to make one float. Let me test this stuff out real quick. It says failure to follow directions can result in injury or death. So I gotta shake it. So this is some ramp I tried to repair before. Never worked. We're gonna gap fill it. Let's see if it hardens. I think it's gonna take longer to dry than I thought. We're gonna go to Walmart and get cardboard to build the structure. Got the cardboard. It rolled all the way under. We're back. Let's go check on the ramp. Stuff is solidly dry. This is gonna work. We can jump it now. Cuts to me jumping it. I figured out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna recreate one of the designs of Cardboard Boat Trial 3 that kind of worked a little bit. It sank eventually, but with the Great Stuff, it's gonna be a foolproof plan, you know? Making this boat kind of takes me back to the start of it all. My whole TikTok journey. That cardboard boat video was kind of the video that made my TikTok just take off. It's kind of fun.
And then I got to it using 2 pieces of cardboard, merging them together and taping them, and then taping the flaps down, flipping it over, adding the base in, and also taping that base down, and then taping the entire bottom until it was pretty much ready.
Time to add several layers of Great Stuff onto this boat. Looks pretty good as is. Might float a little bit. It's a little bit flimsy, but hopefully with the Great Stuff we can make it perfectly solid.
So we got to spraying it for quite a while, sprayed it on the bottom just fine, and then the sides it was kind of falling off.
We're gonna let it dry. Hopefully too much of it doesn't fall off. And we're gonna come back out here, put another layer on, and see how solid it feels. Leave a comment right now if you think it's gonna float or sink. Personally, I think it's gonna float.
Yeah, we ended up having to move it to the shade to do the rest, and then we added a second coat after we finished correcting it until it was done.
We got everything we're gonna put on there, and I'm gonna let it sit all night. I think if it sticks to the cardboard decently, it should work, and I should be sailing down the creek, no problem. So tomorrow, we're gonna take it down to the creek. We're back out here, second day, and the foam literally like expanded. It is like solid, bottom solid. Oh, spiders, no spider. Honestly, I think it's gonna float no problem. I think it could literally float across the ocean. I'm gonna have a little oar, just be like.
So I got it out and headed down to the creek with it. I got in and pushed myself off, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh my gosh, this is working amazingly. This is insanity. This is awesome. This is working so good. There's like no water in this boat at all. This water's kind of deep, low key. It just rained recently, so I'm about to run into the thing. I'm gonna go out even further, see how far I can take this thing. We're headed to the rapids over there. Rapids, they're just kind of flowy water, you know? Hey! Oh, this makes me happy. I'm so glad one of these finally worked. Gonna hit those rocks. Oh no. Ah, oh no. Oh no. Look at this. I don't know if it's gonna be able to take that. Oh my gosh. Ah, I almost went overboard. This is where I lost my phone that one time. Almost. Ah, I just ran into that.
And I just kept going off forever. No, I came back.
Don't waste your money on like a fancy smashy boat. Make one of these things for literally, honestly, it's probably cost a little over $100 to make, but still. Ooh. And I'm good at this. I like skipping rocks and making TikToks. Oh. I'm gonna float down the highway. Oh, car. It's currently the next day, and I'm gonna be using this big gap filler Great Stuff again. This time, I'm gonna be making an airplane. I had this big paper airplane sitting in my house for like a year because I made a TikTok about it where I made this thing, and it flew like half decently. Let's see how it flies now. See, it's all right.
Ooh, backflip.
It needs some work. I'm gonna make one entirely out of Great Stuff using the frame of that, and we're gonna see if it flies a little bit better. The plan is to lay this out like this, then cover it in like plastic wrap and spray this all over it, let it sit, harden, take it off, and then finish up spraying this on it to make it like more structured, and then throw it.
And I ended up not using the plastic, but we sprayed the whole plane and then let it dry.
We've got this airplane covered, so tomorrow or whenever this thing is fully cured, we're gonna peel it off, flip it over, and then fill in the gap that's gonna be there. Hopefully it'll fly. Alright, I'm back out here and I'm checking out this because I need to flip it because I've allowed it to cure for 8 hours, but I want to go ahead and spray another coat after I peel this off. That way in the morning, it'll be completely ready to test and fly. It's about to rain tonight, so I'm going to have to keep it like in this little garage deck thing. I'm going to flip it over. That's a future video in the making. Oh, it's cold!
And this took like way longer than I thought. I spent like 30 minutes getting this all off.
I finally finished peeling all the stuff off of it, all the paper. Now I'm going to give it one more coat of this stuff. Tomorrow, it should be dry. It is officially done. Kind of weirdly shaped. There might be a little bit too much bulk on the tip. It'll work. I'm going to test it in that tree first. Hey! Slide number 2. I might have to shave some off, try to make it more aerodynamic, and then try again. 3, 2, 1. That one was actually good.
But this next one wasn't, and neither was this one. So I just threw it in the pool.
Jump in the pool for the memes.
Okay.
Don't even think about it. You don't have to do it. It's just a funny idea.
I do it for the memes. Like and subscribe, guys. Feel good. That's how you wake up. Only don't do that. It's like 50 degrees out. Whoa. Yeah, I bought some Heelys. And we have more great stuff. I'm going to be making a life jacket, test if I can float or sink with the great stuff life jacket. And I'm also going to be making some cool slides maybe.
So I cut out a sheet of cardboard big enough for my body and then sprayed it with the great stuff, filling it in to have 2 sheets that I would duct tape together.
Alright, now I'm going to take these slides, set them down, outline them, and do my best to make slides.
And then I outlined the 2 pairs of slides with a marker and then filled that in with the great stuff. And for the other part, I used cups.
We're finished. We've got all this stuff drying. Now we're going to go test if this stuff, what it does in water. I didn't do anything. Back out here the next day, and the slide, I added a little bit to them last night, made them like stick together. They look pretty good. Kind of massive, but I'm gonna peel them off and walk in them. Then I'm gonna make this into a life jacket with some duct tape later. Pretty good. All right, kick off the old slides, try on these new ones. All right, I'm gonna test a jump. Ready? Coaching the jump. The ultimate test when you get a new pair of shoes is like, how fast can I run in these? I think I broke this one. Overall, I think it's the new style. Great stuff shoes. They only break if you run in them. But hey, they float. Floating shoes. I wonder if that means I can walk on water with them. And that leads me to the next thing, the life jacket. I feel like I got a chest plate of armor on. Oh, I look like I got SpongeBob costume on me. This thing is so cool. This is definitely gonna work. Test my slides first, see if I can run across the water. If that fails, I'll fall in, and then I'll be like, oh, my life jacket will save me. Run across. I'm gonna run across the water. I'm floating. I'm actually floating. Instead of buying a life jacket, you can buy $30 worth of great stuff. Say you're going down the creek on your inflatable donut, and all of a sudden, your raft has a hole in it, and you fall in. Ah. But you're floating because you made a life jacket out of great stuff. I'm not gonna drown. I'm safe. Oh my god. Dude, this is actually working. Floating away. Never need to buy life jackets again. Ow!